Okay, so good evening, all of you. So, yeah, I'm a little bit late. So, I had another session and then, yeah. So, all right, we'll get started. Don't have many pictures right now for reviews today. So, I'll just go through the pictures and then, yeah, okay. Yeah, hi, Moni. I didn't receive your pictures. So, if you can send it to me once again, I didn't see your email anywhere. All right. So in the meantime, we'll get started with the other pictures. Okay. All right. So I hope you are able to see my screen. So whoever has joined. All right. We'll quickly go through the pictures and I'll tell you what could have been better in these pictures. We have about how many? We have about 28 files today. Okay. So we'll just go through the pictures and see what could have been better in these situations. All right. So I'll start with this first one. Okay. So this is a nice picture taken at a long exposure. You can see, yeah, if just watch below the screen, you will be able to see the settings also of this picture. See, this is at 35 millimeter ISO 100 and f14. So, and this was 300 seconds. Okay. So that's why you see the clouds movement look very smooth and you see the colors also look very good. So this was early in the morning. So you see, sometimes when you go to shoot sunrises and you don't get a sunrise in the it's very overcast, you can still get some nice pictures by like this. So nature never disappoints. So that's a very important point here. So yeah, so that is about, I think this picture is very good. So I don't have much to say about this one. Okay, so again, a very nice frame. So when you are taking a picture like this, you have to think about what angle will be good. So if you're standing, will that work better, or when you're sitting down, will that work better? So this is a nice perspective, and the grass look taller than usual because the Satish has really he went down and he's kind of making a forced perspective where these grasses look almost as tall as the coconut tree. So nice picture, and you see this cloud is just behind this tree, so that again makes it look a little more interesting. All right, so this is another picture where you see here I generally like to shoot with people facing me. So if people are behind me, then that really doesn't work for me most of the time. And all of them are looking back. So if I had one person looking at me, I think that would have made a little better picture. And the other thing is, the good thing about this picture is the light. See, it was taken in the morning, so you see you get some very beautiful directional light in this side, so that makes it look more interesting. So that makes it look very good. All right. Okay, now pictures like this is a picture by Anik. So what happens in a situation like this? It looks so good to your eye, but generally in a picture it doesn't look good because there is no foreground element. Here you see there is absolutely no foreground element, so doesn't really make a nice picture. Though the scene might have been very beautiful and you might probably enjoy when you're right there, but actually does not make a good picture. For any landscape, you must have something in the foreground, otherwise it doesn't really work out well. Maybe some stones, some rocks, or something. Okay, so again, doesn't look that great. Now this picture, this was I really don't understand the purpose behind this picture. So you see we have these rules of composition, like the leading lines or rule of thirds and all these things. So it is good to follow them, but if they are only the purpose of the picture, I don't think that will make a good picture. So here you have a nice reflection and one line going inside. Apart from that, I don't see much. I don't understand the purpose of taking this picture. Okay, this looks quite good. You see the color, the clouds look really interesting here, and you see again some very beautiful directional light. Can you see how this, because light is very directional coming from a very low angle, how it is creating dimension in this. So one side is having light, other side is having shadow. So this is the best time if you are shooting architectures or landscapes. So this is a very good time to shoot. Okay, again, a very nice reflection. So this picture has been actually inverted, but yeah, still looks quite close to reality. So nice picture, and sometimes the water is really still, and you can get pictures like this. So it's very much possible. Yeah. So early in the mornings you can get pictures like this. So it look very nice. Okay. So uh, yeah, so this is a nice picture, but and you have some beautiful light coming in. So it definitely makes a quite a good picture. All right. So, good time of the day. You see, that's close to sunset, and I like it with this bird flying. But maybe not the best place to have the bird, because you see it is overlapping with the wires. Maybe if the bird would have been here, would have definitely made a much better picture. But otherwise, nice one. This picture has a very beautiful feeling. So you see how the there's a house there, and there's a the stream flowing. So it gives a very beautiful feeling to me when I see this picture. Little wettish kind of feeling, and it makes me feel that I should go there. So that is what a travel picture should be about. So when you see the picture, you should feel like going to that place. So nice one by Tulsi. So this is a nice picture, but these have been taking so many times. It's just like, I mean, it's definitely a nice. I don't say it's a bad picture, or even this one. So they are really nice pictures. This has been taken at 200 millimeter, but you take a few of them and then you say, okay, this is enough. So we should think of more interesting sunset pictures. But of course, this is a nice one. Okay, so. Uh, Again, sometime back also I was saying how if you have people behind, then that doesn't make a good picture. Also, you can see a small car here. So this car, really don't like this car here. But otherwise, so if this bullock cart would have been facing me, I would have loved to see this picture like that. So there's a very nice landscape here, and you see, remember I was talking about the foreground elements here. So here you can see this bus, which is adding a very nice perspective. So because the bus is looking like a toy, so you can understand how vast that whole area would have been. Again, a very typical sunset picture. Yeah, these are good. I mean, but you should do little more than these beautiful sunsets. So yeah, initially when you're learning photography, it's good to have pictures like this. So, but otherwise, it's okay. So again, a lot of you shooting these typical sunset pictures. So yeah, these are good, but we aren't we bored enough of seeing the same kind of sunset picture? So we should always try to do something different, something new. Okay, so all right. So this is, you see here, this again, see, almost similar. So but I like this picture so much, so more, because you have these rocks here in the foreground, and so this gives a different dimension. You see, they have different layers, you can say. You see here, there is one layer, and there's one layer here, and then you have this buildings here, and then the sun. So yeah, but this picture is not properly edited, could have been much better. So if you have Lightroom, you can make this picture a lot more better. Okay, so this picture is by Satvik. So this is a nice picture. You see here, there is little bit of foreground element that is adding some value to the picture, definitely making the picture look much better, and and very nice. these lines that are there and this cloud. So very nice feeling about this picture. Again, when I see this picture, I feel like going to this place. So nice one. Okay, so quite similar, but here, yeah, you have the water here and this dam, and so yeah, nothing very great about this picture. This picture I feel is very good, but yeah, this is, I mean, it's a documentary shot of that place, how it was, how you saw it, but not very remarkable in terms of a picture. Okay, this is a nice picture, but here you see this road. I would have maybe included a little bit more of this road, or would have totally avoided it. So you see this bottom, this strip, I would have avoided this. So some nice plains, but here you see uh, maybe I would shoot the same picture early morning. So this looks like a very beautiful place, but if you shoot very early in the morning, then probably you will get a much better picture. From the shadows, you can make out that it is probably around the afternoon, maybe around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You have taken this picture. So these are some beautiful places. Even the sky looks very flat. So when you are going to such a beautiful place, just try to make the best use of the blue art. You will definitely get some very nice pictures. All right. So this is a nice place. It's a very beautiful place, but you see, sometimes maybe we are not just very lucky. So the sky looks very flat, and there's hardly any light. Light, it is light that creates the magic. You see, some pictures we saw before. You see this picture, how light is creating the magic. So this dimensional, it is creating dimensions. This directional light from one side. So that is making the picture look very interesting. But this is a very flat picture. So you see, sometimes it is not our mistake, but light is not within our control. So it's just that we have to wait for the right time and then get a picture. So that's about this one. Okay, so yeah, this is a lovely picture. Again, you have this beautiful rays coming out and the whole city being shown. Okay, so it can be edited little better. So you can bring out little more details of this picture, Nawaz. Okay, Piyush. Okay, so you see, this is a limitation of the camera. You see this part of the this part is too bright, so it is being washed out. Now, in situation like this, where I sense that it is going beyond the dynamic range, the limits of the dynamic range of my camera, I would probably do 2 or 3 shots. And I shoot in RAW, that kind of maximizes the dynamic range. And there are some situation even my full frame camera is not able to handle. Then I would probably take 2 or more shots and then bring all of them together in Lightroom or Photoshop. So, and try to avoid this kind of these poles, these wires, and this telephone tower. So try to avoid this kind of. So this gives a nice view of this place, but yeah, in terms of a picture, not a very beautiful picture, I will say, but maybe a nice documentary shot of the whole village. Okay, there's again a picture of the village where you see these traditional houses. Now you can see one traditional house here which is abandoned, and here you can see more modern houses. So this to me creates a very nice story, how these houses are abandoned and then these people are moving to these new and uh, modern houses. So that again tells a very nice story. In terms, if see, it all depends on the purpose of a picture. So if I want to print a picture for my wall, maybe this is not the best picture, but a very nice documentary shot or a storytelling picture where you see this is a nice foreground which shows how the people have moved in from the old houses to the new ones. So very nice. Now this by Piyush. There's again a picture by Piyush, so taken during the sunset time. You see here, sun. It is also a sunset picture, but the sun is just being used as an element, which definitely works very well. But only the sun setting down. Generally, I mean, we have seen enough shots like that. So, I mean, none of us are very keen to see more shots like this, unless it is something really very outstanding. I like this temple, the way you have composed the picture, and here you have this little bit of this coconut tree, so that also adds some value. So maybe if would have been somebody walking on this lawn which is really empty, that would have been a little better picture. Okay, so this is a again a long exposure. I cannot see the settings, but I guess this is a really long exposure like the other one that I showed you, with a lot of these clouds moving and these trails on the roads. But you see, not every time and not all the places, if you have moving clouds, makes a good picture. So the composition has to be good. The picture should look visually pleasing to the eye. So here you see this lot of this clutter of the poles and this signboards, and so doesn't make a really very visually pleasing picture. But yeah, it's good than not having a picture. I mean, if I go to the place and I'm in this place and I still want to take a picture, maybe I will do this. Okay, so these are the pictures that I had for today. I don't think I received any more. Okay, so we have some pictures from Moni and Chris. So I'm just going to. Okay, just I'll just open these two pictures which I received just now. Okay, all right. So this is a nice picture. One second. I'll just open these two pictures. All right. And this is a very nice picture. You see again, you can guess this picture was taken little late in the evening or early in the morning, and how this directional light is creating, giving so much of dimension to the picture, and this whole city is being lit up, and also processed really well. You see, there's little bit of darkness here, so your attention slowly goes from this part to this part. A lot of layers here, and this bird is definitely adding a lot of value to the picture. So a beautiful picture. You also have some very nice clouds in the picture. You see a little bit of cloud. So nice picture. And yeah, it's worth waiting for this bird, because if I just take a picture and go away, it will make a very ordinary picture. Sometimes you have to wait for these birds. Also, these people that you can see. So you can see quite a lot of things in this picture. So there's people walking, and this looks like some marketplace, and some people are shopping. So together gives a nice feeling. So captures the beauty of the place, or tells a story about this place. Okay, so there's another nice picture here. You see here again. So I love shooting with people. So here you see there are three people, and they are distinct. They are separate from each other. There is no overlapping between these, and these people are busy. So remember, some time back I was saying that I don't like to shoot people from behind their backs. But in some cases, maybe I would like to. I don't mind sometimes. So this is another situation where, well, this gives a perspective of what they are seeing. So you see they are looking at the ocean, and they are kind of working on their nets, and you have this lot of these foreground here where you can see the nets, and you can see some these three people with the nets, and then you have the boats as well. So that also adds a lot of value to the picture. So, and there are these three layers in this picture, three or little more. You see you have the nets in the foreground. You also see their slippers. You see the slippers, and then you have these people sitting here, and then you have this beach, and then you have the sea, and then you have the sky. So yeah, a lot of times it is not under our control. You see, I would have loved to have a very dramatic kind of a sky, but it is still a nice picture. But maybe I guess this picture was taken not really very early in the morning or late in the evening. So yeah, going those times would make a really better picture. But you see, a lot of times it is not under our control. So if I'm going to a place, and I'm not going to shoot just in the morning and just in the evening, so I would also shoot in the afternoon as well. I'll definitely not go taking a afternoon nap. So I would definitely go out shooting. So yeah, so sometimes it can happen. So this picture probably would have been taken around 3 o'clock or something like that, I guess. All right. So this was a short, quick review that we have. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. So any questions that you have, so you can ask me. Or okay, so or we'll end the session. So thank you for sending the pictures. So it was good to go through these pictures. It was. If you have any question, just put your comment here, and I would be happy to answer your questions. Yeah. So if you don't have any questions, then maybe we'll end the session. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll have more sessions like this where you can join in. Okay, what is the best time for landscape photography? Definitely, morning is a really mornings and evenings are a very good time to do landscape photography. But if you ask me, my favorite time is the blue hour. That is my most favorite time for doing landscape photography. So yeah, I will. If you want, I can just and I'll tell you why that is my most favorite time to do landscape photography. So I'll just quickly show you some of my pictures taken during the blue hour. So Dura is a time when you see you will have very, and you can do long exposures. You can do some really long exposures, and that will make some really good pictures. So most people think that sunset is the best time for taking pictures, but for me, I love shooting in the. So this is taken in the blue hour. You see the sky looks quite beautifully blue, and especially if you are doing urban landscapes. So see this picture. So this is again taken during the blue hour. Okay, so little long exposure, 15 seconds. So yeah, so this is again taken during the blue hour. So you get beautiful blue color. Little after the sunset, it's the twilight. So you can just find out the time this twilight time happens, and you can get a picture like this. So yeah, so that is why I love. But otherwise, the mornings and the evenings are the best time for doing the landscape pictures. Okay, so that is the best time. So even if you're, I mean, that's the best time for almost every kind of photography that you can do. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. If you don't have any questions, we'll end the session here and see you again soon. Okay, okay, bye bye.